Hi guys, this question is network delay time. We'll try to solve it using BFS. So the question is, they will give us a graph, that is a directed graph and a weighted graph. We have to find out what is the minimum weight or minimum time with which we can reach all the nodes in the graph given a source node. So they will give us a source node in a variable called as k. From that source node we have to reach every other nodes and find out what will be the minimum cost or the minimum time taken. So the input to us will be like this in the form of a list of times, where in this we will have source node, destination node, and the what is the time taken to reach from source to destination node. And we have total n nodes starting from 1 to n. We don't have a zeroth node, we have 1 to n nodes. Okay, let's see how we will solve this question using one example. This is the example which I have taken. For any DFS BFS problem, we need a visiting array. Here we have, since it is a time bound or a time taken kind of thing, so we are having a visited array without having any boolean values. We have time values, so where we have initialized our visited with infinity time to reach every node right now. And since we don't have a zeroth node, we have marked it as minus infinity here, so that it will not interfere in our solutions result. So these things are marked as infinite time to reach each node. Now given a value k is a starting node which we have to start from. So we have to start from this node and try to reach all the things in a minimum time. Let us see the BFS approach, and after solving for BFS, let us see how we can convert this BFS into a Dijkstra's algorithm. So that we will see. First, where in a BFS, every time we have a queue. Let's take a queue for our walkthrough. Now what we will be doing, first of all, before entering the while loop, we will store our queue with the starting node. So the starting node is 2, so we will store it. Along with what we will store is, we will store time taken to reach queue. Right now, since the queue is the starting vector, we will reach the queue in a 0 time. So we are keeping the time in the first index because it will be helpful in sorting while we implement the Dijkstra's. So now we are keeping the time in this index and this one, and we will also update our visited array for the queue for the 2 value, so that we will update the visited array with 0. Since 0 is minimum, then the infinity. Now let us continue the while loop for the BFS. So until the queue is not empty, we will be continuing the loop. Inside the loop, we will pop the first element from the queue, and we will check their children's whether to insert in the queue or not. So let's start with that. Let us start. I will pop the element from the queue. Now we are at 2. We have popped the queue. So here we will look at each element, each children of queue, and we will think whether we can update it in the queue or not. Now how we will think is, so now we are at 2. To reach 2 itself, we spent 0 time. So from that 0 time to reach 1, we have to spend an additional 3 time. So that will be 0 plus 3 time, that is 3. We will check in the visited array whether the element which is present, is it already lesser than the value which we are trying to reach from. No, it is greater. So infinity is greater than 3. So we will update the value to 3, then we will update it in our queue, so that we can process the further childrens of 1. So we will update it like this. We can reach 1 using the value 3 times. Okay, now again we will check the next children of 2, which is the 3, and we will see to reach 2 itself we spent 0 time. Now again from 2 to 3 we will spend one more 1 to reach 3, that is we will spend 1 to reach 3. We will check in the visited whether we already have a minimum value. No, we have a maximum value, so this is the better one. So we will cross out this infinity and we will update our new minimum for 3, which is the 1. Then we will update this in our queue. So what we will update is we can reach 3 by spending 1 time. So this one we will update in our queue. Now now our while loop will come to an end. Now again our while loop will start, like queue is still not empty, our while loop will continue. Now we will pop the first element from the queue. We will pop the first element from the queue, which is 3. Now we will check all its childrens. Now we are at 3. To reach 3 itself we spent, sorry, not 3, now we are at the node, this is the node, remember. So now we are at node 1. 1 to reach 1 itself we spent 3 times, so we spent 3. From 1, let us see how many children 1 has. 1 has only 1 children. From 1 we can reach 3, and to reach 3 we will spend 2 more time. So what it is, to reach 1 itself we spent 3. Now to reach 3 we will spend 1 more time, so that total is 5. Let us see whether 5 is a minimum value for 3 or not. So in the visited array we already reached 3 using 1, but to reach 5 it is unnecessary, it will again increase the cost, so we will not consider this route, so we will discard that. Now 1 does not have any more childrens. Now we will move to the next element. So this we already popped it. Now while loop will continue because queue is still not empty. Now what will happen? Now what will happen? We will pop this element, and we are right now in the this one only, this which is the 3. Now what we will see, does 3 has any more children? Yeah, 3 has 1 child. To reach that 1 child we will spend 3 time. So before coming to 3 itself we spent 1 time, right? Now to reach this one we will spend 1 plus 3, which is 4. We will check in the visited array whether to reach 1, 4 is the optimal value or not. So if we check in the visited array, we already reached 1 using 3, so we need not update the value to 4, so that will become more time. So we will not do anything, any operation in this one also. Now we finally our queue is empty. Now the while loop will break. So finally the result will be the maximum element in the visited array. So in the maximum element of the visited array is 3, so our answer result will be 3. So this is our BFS approach. To change it to DFS approach, what we will do, instead of using a queue we can use a priority queue, that is a min heap. We can use a min heap to pop and push. Then we will achieve the Dijkstra's solution. Let's implement both the solution in Python. Okay, so I had already done DFS solution video in my previous video. You can check that video if you need to understand the DFS solution. Let's start with our implementation in BFS. So for implementing in BFS, they have given us in a times as a list, so we have to first convert it into the adjacency list. So this code, if you need to understand, you can check my previous video. And also I am initializing my visited like what it should be. We need to initialize our visited, like the first one should be the minus infinity and other should be the plus infinity. So that initialization I have done it here. Okay, apart from this, we will remove all this code of the DFS. Now let us write a BFS code. For writing a BFS code, uh, okay, um, first we need a queue. Um, for a BFS, we need a queue which should be first in, last out. So let us import. I think we should have this. Let's import it. Import import dq. Okay, we'll use this dq so that our pops will be efficient. So in the queue, first we will append the starting index along with its time. The starting index is the k, along with its time taken will be 0. Since they have given we have to start with k, so the time taken will be 0. uh, uh, okay, then we will visit that k also. So we will say visit of k is 0. Okay, now we will run our for loop, while loop. While queue is not empty, we will pop the element from the queue, q dot pop from left. Since it's a queue, so whatever we pop, so inside queue we have a time, the starting, we will store the time here, and we have the source node in the next. So we will retrieve the time in the source node. Then from here we will check whether the source node has any children's source in adjacency list. If we have any children, then we will process them. For children, so in the adjacency list, this is the adjacency list, I have stored time first and the destination second. So let's retrieve the same way. Our time, let's say difference in next time, or and destination. So time and destination from in the adjacency for yes, we will retrieve all the next nodes, and we will check whether we our already in the, remember in visited we have the times, right? We'll check whether the destination's time is already is greater than what we are going to. So only if our time is minimum, which is our current time to reach the source plus the time to reach the destination from source, whether this is less than our already existing time, only then we will proceed. So we will update that in our time, and we will add that element into our queue, so that we can process its child in the next loop. So how we will be adding is, we will first add the time taken to reach the destination in our queue. This way our BFS algorithm will keep updating our visited array with the minimum time possible time. Then finally in our visited, whatever is the maximum number available, that we will be returning. And if the maximum number is infinity, then we should return -1, because we did not reach one of the node. So we should be able to reach all the nodes, then only then we will return the result. So let's try to run this program, DFS. If it runs, we will submit. Okay, it's running fine. Let me try to submit it. Okay, it got submitted. My DFS approach ran slightly better, but it's fine. Let us see how to implement the Dijkstra's algorithm now. So for Dijkstra's, we have to import the heap queue. In the heap queue, what we will be doing, we will use a normal list, and here we will, instead of pop, we will do heap.pop. Heap queue dot heap pop. Okay, instead of this append, we will do heap push. Heap queue dot heap push into the queue. This value will be pushing this whatever. Let's try to run this Dijkstra solution. It's working fine. Let me try to submit it. Okay, this is working really good, 80% thing. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Also check out my DFS solution in my previous video. Thank you. Bye.